If you think this video looks a little weird or there's a little bit of different lighting, the bathroom light's not working, but I feel like you guys can see me, so I'm not super worried about it at this point. My new stuff came yesterday with everything in it. I put the device on yesterday. I was at work today. It fell off in the middle of my work day, so that wasn't my favorite. But this is what she looks like. The sensor goes in this blue case, and then this goes center of my chest, and then the other part stays right there, and then there's these electrodes that attach to this and this part as a sensor. He also sent these ones, which say that they are hypoallergenic ECG electrodes. A little disappointed. I thought he was sending one that was like the patch. It was just hypoallergenic, but he sent one that was like this, that's hyperallergenic. So I don't know if they have a patch like the one I've been wearing that's hypo, but I'm not gonna worry about it, you know, obviously. But I'm gonna start off with these. These are so sticky, which is why I'm really confused and a little bit irritated that it fell off at work today. But I literally like leaned over to put something in a trash can underneath my desk, and it just like popped off and was hanging by this electrode off the side, and I was like, that's frustrating, but okay. So I'm gonna try to touch it maybe a little bit less than I did last night, because that might be part of the problem. I don't know. You really can't though. And what kind of annoys me is it's supposed to be perforated. Maybe that's what I should do. Hold on. One sec. But these are supposed to be perforated. They're not. So I think I'm gonna stick it on the actual, like, right there, and see if I can't peel it off that way. Because the problem is I have to like stick my finger directly in the middle of it to put it on. I feel like I'm touching it too much, and maybe that's why it fell off. So I'm gonna go stick this. You're supposed to stick it 3 fingers below your collarbone, and then like right directly in the middle of your chest. I'm gonna stand up and do this, and I'll be right back. She's on the way that she's supposed to be. Next part, we're gonna stick electrode on this side. I don't know if I like the way I stuck that on there, but I'm not in the mood to change it, so it's fine. I really am just like, ugh. Because this was like fascinating for the first little while, and now I'm just kind of over it. Okay, second on that side. Like I said, it's just supposed to like lay flat. I didn't have any problems. It reconnected yesterday perfectly fine. And then my phone, it didn't go off every 5 minutes last night. So, I mean, other than it falling off at work today, it seems like it's doing what it's supposed to and working. Yeah, I just took it off. Because I tried as soon as it like came down, I told my coworkers, I was like, I'll be right back. And I went back and I just like stuck it right back where it was supposed to be. And then I came back out, and literally not even like 2 minutes later, it fell again. And I told him, I was like, be right back. And I stepped behind a door and literally just like pulled it off. And it pulled off super easy. Like I said, they're super sticky though. So I don't know what's wrong with it, but it was literally like 20 minutes before we were supposed to close, and I was like, I'm not gonna sit here and mess with it every 2-3 minutes for the next 20 minutes. I will just take it off, and we will worry about putting it back on when I go. The big difference between this one and the other one that I had is the other one was supposed to be changed every 5 to 7 days when you charge the device. This one has to be changed every other or every time you shower, because this one is not water resistant whatsoever. The first one was water resistant, not waterproof. This one is no water whatsoever. Like, don't get it wet at all. So that's the big difference between the two of them. Phone is turning back on, doing its thing. Monitor says that it's 90% charged, so I probably will not charge that tonight when I go to bed. just gotta wait for the sensor to reconnect, and it normally takes a couple seconds, so. Okay, so I changed it out last night, went to work today, made it through my work day, but as soon as I got home, it started falling off again. So I'm getting really frustrated with this one. It's literally all the way down here, and this side isn't even stuck to my skin anymore. So getting really frustrated with this. I'm going to continue to keep changing it out. I'm trying to make it until this Sunday, so that I can put my last patch on and then just finish it out and just wear it for the entire week until we get to Saturday. Today is July 23rd, so I'm gonna try to continue to keep changing it out. My problem is I have 4 days left to try to make it to Sunday. I have 14 patches, so if you do the math, I have enough for 7 changes. So I might only have enough to get me, if I continue having to do it twice a day or more, I'm not gonna make it. So we're gonna try our best. I think there might also be some of these patches though in the other kit. I just don't know if they'll work with this one or if they work only with the like necklace that I would have to wear with it, and then I'll just have to put the 3 patches on my back. I'm glad I didn't try the 3 patches on my back though, because if they're anything like this and I had to, the middle of work, reach around my back because they're falling off, I really would just be done and over it. This is so frustrating. And this morning when I put one on, I even tried, there's a little scrubby pad that was in the package and now I don't know where it went, but I scrubbed so hard on my chest trying to get it to stick better. Still didn't work. So I don't know what's up with these patches. I don't like them. I understand why they have you wear the other ones first. So like I said, we're gonna go ahead and change it out. I did find a little scrubby pad that I was looking for. And it's just like an abrasive pad. I think I showed you guys this before, but if I didn't, you know, like the green and the yellow sponges, it's like the green part of the sponge. So I'm gonna scrub really, really good, middle of my chest, and then off to the left side where it's supposed to go, and then same process that I've been doing, sticking a patch on here. I think, so I've been putting it like this, so it's like square to the back of it. I think I'm gonna try this, and the reason being, when it starts to fall off, I'm wondering if I can like press down, like get my finger up underneath it to press down on both of the sides and then the top of it. Maybe I can make it stick a little bit longer, because it is really frustrating when I'm at work and it's like the end of my work day. I don't want to just keep running to the bathroom every 5 minutes. So if I can get to the point where I can just get it to stick until I get home. But then my other problem is I don't even know if it's like monitoring correctly when it's not stuck on there. The phone hasn't been beeping at me, but the phone also doesn't beep at me like when it's like this, just completely off my chest, which I would think that it would, because it's definitely not monitoring anything if it's not attached to me, but the phone's not even going off for that. So I'm a little bit concerned. I'm like, well, hopefully this is still monitoring the way it's supposed to be monitoring, but I don't know. I'll go stick this on and I'll be right back. I got it on there. The other thing is the way that it's like positioned on my chest makes it harder when I'm laying down. It just doesn't stick right. Honestly, if this doesn't stick, because it honestly doesn't even feel like it's sticking to my chest right now, we might just pull a pouch out and stick the pouch on and wear it for the next week and call them tomorrow, or actually call them now because they're open for 24 hours, and be like, hey, can you guys just send me one more patch so that I can get through this? I know it's breaking me out, but I don't know what else to do at this point because these just aren't
It's on there. This side feels sticky, but this one isn't. I can tell it's literally not even attached on that side. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's already pulling up off of my skin. And I'm not sure it's going to stay attached while I'm trying to sleep. So we might just call them and ask them to send out 2 more, and we'll deal with it. Because hopefully after I do this, I don't have to wear one of these again, and then I don't have to worry about it in the future. But we'll see. Like I said, I don't really know. My only other thing that I feel like I could do is look in the kit and see if the ones that they sent that go with the 3 lead wires are this kind of patch and if they would work, but they just won't be hypoallergenic, which means I'm probably gonna break out again. But if they stick better, I don't know. We might just have to. Alright, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. I woke up probably like 20 minutes ago. You guys are getting a different angle because normally I'm on the floor. I can't be asked this morning. Do you guys see my heart monitor? No, because it's sitting right here. It's supposed to be up here. It's sitting right here. The one that I put on isn't sticking at all. Do you see that? Literally folds up. This side is halfway peeled off too, so I'm done with this. I'm annoyed. I'm not dealing with this at work today. I have 1 more patch, so I'm gonna have to call them and see if they can send me 1 or 2 more to get through. I'm just gonna deal with it breaking me out because I want to make sure that it's monitoring my heart the way it's supposed to be. The other thing that annoys me is when this isn't attached anymore, the phone does nothing. So I'm pretty sure I have the phone in here with me. It's not attached to me. It's not saying anything. It's got nothing. And it's still, I mean, the sensor at the top, it shows that it's still connected, even though it's not monitoring me at all because it's not attached to me. So like I said, I'm getting annoyed and I don't want to keep messing with this and then it just not work, and then they say, oh, actually we need you to redo it, or they didn't get the data that they needed to be able to see what's actually going on with my heart. So I'm just putting this other patch on and I'm gonna forget about it. So I'm just gonna change this out, take these 2 patches off, drop them on the floor apparently. Okay, I was a little bit worried about getting that out of there, but it just popped right out, so that's good. Like I said, this is a loose patch, so let's not mess up the placement of this one. This one smells like soap too. I don't know if I put that part in the video, but there was one previously that smelled like soap. So putting it back in this way, laying it on the surface. Looking, yep. No breaks on the edges. Waiting for the green light. Green light. So, I'm gonna put my little neck guard back on and put up my chest. Be right back. So I am trying to get ready for work. So I just wanted to throw the screenshot on because that's what I intend on wearing today. Got it on. Now I have to pull the white part off. I'm just so annoyed because I know this is gonna break me out. But when I got ready to go to bed last night, I could tell that that other one that I put on last night just wasn't sticking. And I tried laying on my back because my stomach hurt, and sometimes my stomach hurts really bad. I have to lay on my back so I can fall asleep.
So I was laying on my back anyway, and I was like, I probably should try to lay flat on my back as much as I can because this thing's gonna fall off. And then as soon as I woke up this morning, I could feel it. And then all of a sudden I was like, that's not even attached. And as soon as because I laid in bed and scrolled on TikTok for a little while, but as soon as I stood up, it fell. Like I said, it was supposed to be here, and it was all the way down here, just laying, and was only kind of attached by the other one. So, but it's on. Hopefully it's working. Again, I'm gonna have to call them. I think I'm actually gonna go ahead and just try to call them right now. They're open 24 hours. I almost called last night, but I was trying to hold off and see if I get this to work until Saturday, so I didn't have to call them to send me more patches, but it is what it is. So I think I'm gonna try to call them real quick while I'm trying to get ready for work. Might be a little chaotic, as I'm trying to sit here and do my makeup and figure out what skirt I'm wearing with this shirt, but I'm gonna try it, so let you guys know what happens. Just got off the phone with customer service. Did call them while I was finishing getting ready. Basically said, hey, been wearing your heart monitor for a couple of weeks, have a couple weeks left. Can you send me 2 or 3 more patches to try to get through? I just put my last one on this morning. He said, yeah, of course I can get those sent to you. You do know that you have like box number 3 that has the alternative wear device in it? And I said, yep, I know. And then I had to explain to him that I called the other day. They sent me the other one that I was wearing, and it wasn't working. The patches weren't sticking. I was getting frustrated with it. I did explain that they were breaking me out, and so he started asking me kind of the same questions the last representative asked, about if I have any previous skin sensitivities that I know of. He said on a scale of like light, medium, bad, I don't know what the most intense one was, but how bad it was breaking me out. I said it happened with 2 different patches. The first one was light, the second one was medium. They also asked me for the lot number, I guess to just keep track, see if these are breaking anyone else out, is what I would assume that was for. But yeah, he's like, yeah, I'll get them sent to you. I will say both times that I've called, it is Philips is the one who does these heart monitors. I'm pretty sure it says it on the monitor somewhere, but it's Philips. Both times I've called customer service, they have 24-hour customer service. Both representatives that I have spoken to, super duper nice. Yesterday my mom and I went to a festival that is uptown in the town that I live in, grew up in. Happens every year, but we went up there yesterday to see my sister. She was singing on a stage, and I got really hot and started getting dizzy and nauseous, and we walked because it's literally like 1 street over from my house. So we walked, but it was a lot of walking, and on the way home I got really dizzy, and I could like see my house from where I was, and I was like, just keep going, just keep going, just keep going. Like there's no point in stopping, because I knew the only thing that was gonna make me feel better is if I laid down. And I was like, I don't want to lay down on the sidewalk because that's too much. So I just kept walking. I did make it home, but ever since then I have felt awful. I tried to get up and like clean some stuff today, and every time I try to do something I just get really like winded, and it feels like my heart's pounding. So I just don't feel good, but this needs to be charged. I looked just a couple minutes ago when I walked in here. It's at 19%. The phone or the monitor was at like 20 something, so it's got to be charged too anyway. But I'm gonna go ahead and charge this and then take a shower. I'm still debating on whether or not I want to try to wash my hair, or if I just want to leave it like this for tomorrow and then do a hair washing day as part of my shower tomorrow. Either way, this is coming off, and I'm taking at least like a body shower like I do every night, so we gotta take this off so I can charge it. It has been super itchy, so we'll see what it looks like as we start peeling it off. Just looking at it, I think this morning is when I woke up and it was super red. So like I said, we'll see what it's like. Hopefully this isn't too icky and goopy, because I don't I don't know where my tweezers are, so hopefully this isn't too hard to get off. This hurts though, I can feel it already. And I've only got this little tiny part off, so I don't want to do this, but it needs to be done. So, ow, that has never hurt that bad before. I'm already starting to feel really dizzy and nauseous. I might need to go lay on the couch and do this. I don't know if I can do this from this angle. I normally just rip it off like a band-aid, and I really don't think that's gonna work. I think I'm gonna pass out. Oh my God. I just feel like I can't breathe. Which, to be fair, this last week, I'm not entirely sure that I didn't have like strep throat or something. Because I was at work and I really just did not feel good. Okay, well, the good news is there's like one sore right there. You can see kind of red. It'll probably continue to keep getting red because that's what's been happening. It's not super red when I first take it off. But hopefully it's okay. It is what it is. Okay, this is going in here. I'm gonna go stick it on the charger, take a shower real quick, like full body, wait for this to charge, and then I'll be back to put it back on, I guess. But you can kind of see. But I only have one more week. One more week. Next Saturday is when I'm supposed to be able to take it off at midnight on the 3rd, is what he told me. So like between the 3rd and the 4th. But the 3rd, take it off, which is next Saturday. So hopefully we only have to put one more of these on, and then we'll be done. Okay, so we charged this. It turned green, so it's fully charged. So we're gonna go ahead and put on a new patch. Yeah, you guys can see how red that is. It's very, very itchy, and it was peeling, almost kind of like sunburn peels. So that's not my favorite, but like I said, hopefully this is the last time we ever have to put one of these on. So wear it for the week, and then we're over it, hopefully. Don't want to jinx myself. So, opening a new patch. They did send me new ones the other day in the mail. He sent me 3, thankfully. I was a little worried that he was only going to send me 1, and then I was going to be anxious the whole week that I was going to need to put on an extra one. If this does get kind of low towards the end of the week, I don't really want it to die like the last couple of days. So we might have to end up charging it one more time, but hopefully, again, fingers crossed, we don't have to do that. So let's go ahead and pop this little guy in the patch. Looks good. Just waiting on the green light. And I had turned the charger off because it kept going, or not the charger, the monitor. I had turned the monitor off because it kept going off in the living room saying that these weren't close enough and there was no communication between them. So I turned it off, but I did turn it back on. I don't know if the little green light would come on without it on or not, but I was like, I'm not even gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna turn the monitor back on. And it is at 100% in there, but I'm gonna leave it on the charger overnight because it seems like every time I take it off the charger it just loses charge faster and faster. So just so that I'm not like worried about it tomorrow and have to charge it in the middle of work like I had to do the other day, I'm just gonna leave it on the charger overnight and just put this back on. So I gotta go grab my little guide that goes around my neck. I'll stick it on and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I got the new patch on. It is a lot higher than I normally put it, but I really was trying to avoid the red itchy part down here. After this, I'm probably gonna put some of this cortisone 10 on that I got to see if it helps, because it itches really, really bad. But for right now, we're gonna take off this part. Make sure it's stuffed down really, really well. The edge of it's kind of thin up a little bit, but that's okay. So anyway, but it's on. Still use the guide for it. I don't know how I feel about that. That edge right there isn't really wanting to stick. You guys probably aren't going to be able to see it, but this edge right here really isn't wanting to stick. So hopefully it stays. If it doesn't, not a big deal. Like I said, I have 2 more patches that I can use, and then just send what I don't use. But it's on there. We'll make sure it reconnects to the actual monitor when I get back in the living room, but for right now, we're good to go. So I don't know if I showed you guys the entirety of what was in my box, but we've got the guide chart, which of course I put around my neck, line it up, and then it tells me where I'm allowed to put my new patch. I said this in the beginning about keeping these. They're not going to want these back, so I'm probably still going to hold on to them because, like I said, I have anxiety. So I'll probably still hold on to them. These, I don't quite know how I'm going to stick back in there. This is the alternative wear one that they sent me that had like the patches and everything, which I didn't use very much of. This is an old patch because they wanted the lot number off the ones that I was using. So I did hold on to this just because they've asked me several times. I'll probably still hold on to this as well, even though they've asked from both phone calls that I've had requesting like more patches and stuff. They've asked me for the lot number, so I probably will still hold on to it. This is my patient guide that I had for all of my questions. I did read through it when I very first got it, but mostly I've been having it out to be able to call the patient hotline. Like I said, through Phillips, they've been amazing both times that I've called customer service wise, so that's good. This is box number 2. Box number 1 is underneath it because I use it less. So box number 1 is the getting started box. This is what has my USPS packaging. I still have yet to look to see where the closest one is. I don't know if it's in the next town over or if we have one in the town that I live in. I probably should look that up because next weekend I'm gonna have to go take it and ship it back. But it's got the shipping label on it already, so that's ready to go. Important reminder slip, which actually tells me exactly what all they need, which is how I know that they probably aren't going to want these back. Like I said, I'll hold on to them personally though. And then this is where all my stuff's going to go. The monitor, like the phone, the scrubby pad, which I think is in this bag right here with the extra patches and stuff. Yep, I see it in the back. And then the actual sensor will go over here. And I probably will show you guys the process of like packing it all up and stuff next weekend when I do this. This is box 2, the monitoring box. This is where all of my old patches were, or my, well, old unused before they got used. So these unused ones will probably go back in there, and then I'll probably try to see if this will fit in there. And then I don't know, this was like just sitting on top of box number 1 when I opened it, so I don't know if I'm gonna just leave it like free floating in there on top, or if I'm actually gonna try to put it back in box number 2. And box number 3 is the alternative wear one. Like I said, I didn't end up using this one. This is the one where the sensor goes in a necklace, and then there's like 3 different wires and leads that go to your back, and that just sounded like a nightmare. So I never ended up using this, so this will go back in my box first. And then box number 2, like I said, I should be able to get all of it packed up now, and then just at the last minute put what I need to in box number 1. So I think that's what I'm going to go ahead and do, and just get it ready to go. And hopefully, like I said, this is the last patch that I have to put on. So I'll probably end up sticking the sensor charger, the monitor charger I'm still going to need, because that is going to have to continue to be charged throughout this week. But everything else, like I said, should be able to get it shipped in the box and then have it ready to go for next Sunday is when I can officially take it off and then try to get it sent. Which I'm sitting here thinking about it. There's not going to be a place open to ship it next Sunday, so it'll probably be the weekend after, which is fine. They told me I have 30 days to get it back in the mail and get sent to them, so that's good. But yes, it'll probably be the weekend after, because I really don't think that there's going to be a place open on Sunday to ship it again. Okay, so I put cortisone 10 on this last night right before I went to bed,
And then I put some on again this morning right before I left for work. It definitely looks and feels a lot better. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see this. It's a little yellow right there. It's like bruised at the very, very bottom of where the patch was. So that has yet to happen. It's been red, it's been blistered, but bruising is a new one. So I don't know what's up with that. It only hurts just like a little bit when I press on it. Because like I said, it's yellow. It's not like purple or blue or anything, but yeah, that's it. That's it. I was looking in the mirror and I'm like, that's a new one. So last night as I was getting ready to go to bed, showed me this message. It says no communication, keep the monitor and sensor close together. I cleared it last night and then set up on the couch and I was like, you know what, I want to go to sleep. Oh, you know, I wake up several times during the middle of the night. I'll check it again. It finally reconnected. It was connected all day at work as far as I know, but as soon as I got home and I hopped in the shower to wash my hair, it's coming up with this, and I've been sitting on the couch with it like on my chest right next to where the sensor is. So we're gonna have to change it out because it's not communicating, so it's not monitoring anything. So we're just gonna go ahead and change it out, I guess. I didn't want to have to. I wanted to send them back to unused patches, but now I'm gonna have to send them back just to one. So it's fine. I'm gonna pop this guy open, I guess. Open the new one. And then we're gonna take this one off. I don't know why. I don't know why it's saying that. It's not too bad. It's not too red. To be fair, I only had it on for 2 days because I put it on Sunday and today's Tuesday. So I don't know why it was angry at me. But I cleared the message like 3 different times and I was like, by 7:30, if it's not, it's still not connecting, then I guess we'll change it out. We've got the green light, so that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and stand up, pop this plastic piece off, put my little guide on, stick it on my chest, and I will be right back. I tried making sure that I pressed it down really, really hard because I only have one patch left and I'd like to send them at least one unused patch back. I'm also going to go a little bit slower as I do this and just make sure it's pressed out really good. The good thing is that the cortisone 10 really did like clear up and heal a lot of the red rash itchiness from the last patch that I put on. So I don't feel too bad putting this back over the top of where that is. So like I said, hopefully this holds, does what I need it to. I was getting really frustrated with the fact that it wasn't connecting. Okay, so I'm gonna stick everything back in the box. Although I might jinx myself. I'm gonna stick everything back in there. I also found these the other day. I don't know if I've showed you guys yet what all goes back in the box, but I found these that I forgot about. I'd stuck them in my purse. It was a pack of 3 of the hypoallergenic ECG electrodes, and I'd completely forgotten about them being in my purse. So I was glad that I found them before this stuff needed to go back. Let's check the phone. Still not connected sensor wise, so we will wait. You guys saw the green light, so hopefully it connects again in a few minutes. Okay, I just woke up. It's like 9:30 in the morning. This is flashing green because this says monitoring complete. Your monitoring period is complete. Please return the monitor, sensor, and chargers using the return envelope. So we're gonna take this off, and then I'm probably gonna go lay back down because it's Saturday and it's like the only day that I get to sleep in. I want to go lay back down, but it'll be nice to take this off because it itches so bad this morning. So we're gonna start with turning this back off. So power off for the
last time. First thing we'll do is we'll take out the getting started box. It's got my important reminder slip that tells me exactly what all I need to make sure is in here, and then the package that it all goes back in. So the first thing that goes in this box is the scrubby pad that we used, and then the phone goes back in here, or the monitor, which weirdly enough doesn't want to fit. What the heck? Why would they do that? Oh, it fits this way. Goodness gracious. The way that this is labeled, okay, bear with me. The way this is labeled, it says scrub pad and then monitor. So I assume the phone went this way and that the scrub pad went in this section, okay? Just so everyone understands. Genuine confusion. So then we're gonna take this off. It is off. I'm assuming the green light's gonna stop blinking as soon as I disconnect it. And then we will stick it back in the box in the sensor slot. So everything is good to go in this box. So box 2 is monitoring. It is where all of my patches, unused patches, and my charging cords are gonna go. So we'll start with this package, which is gonna have the getting started for the FlexWear, the actual FlexWear device. And then we've got some unused, I don't know if they actually want these ones back, but we also have these ones and these ones. These are the hypoallergenic ones that they sent for me to wear with this device. We all know how I feel about this device. And then the other thing that's going to go back in is this unused patch, which is one of the ones that one of these looks like this. And then chargers are going to go back in here. So the charging base, and then the phone charger and a sensor charger. And then finally, my neck guide for the long ones and this patient education guide is going back in there. Everything is back in its box, ready to go. We are ready to start filling up our empty box. So box number 3 was our alternative use one that we opened to see what was in it, but we never used anything out of it. Box number 2 was our monitoring box. This is where our unused patches and the chargers are, so that goes in there. And then box number 1 was our getting started box, our important reminder slip, and where it tells me what we're supposed to return. So we got the sensor rack in there, the monitor or the phone, unused patches. Again, we only had one of like the bigger ones, and then a bunch of the smaller ECG ones, and then the chargers. So we're gonna stick that back on top there, stick it in my box, full box, ready to close. The last thing we need to do before we take it out is put it in this UPS packaging that they gave me. So open it up. It does say extremely urgent on the side, so whoever takes it. Alright. Stick it in here. I believe there's a hardware store that is just on the road from my house. I probably gonna have to drive the next town over. And I think the hardware store is a UPS drop-off location. So I'm hoping that's the case so that I don't have to run everywhere and figure out where to ship this thing. So we are sealing it up so that it is good to go. Just pulled up in front of the lumber store. Good news is, says UPS drop-off site on the front of the building. So I think we're good to go. We're in business. Definitely gonna put my hair up in a minute. It is so incredibly hot outside. I had no idea that it's supposed to be this hot today, but I am dying. So anyway, got our package. Gonna take it in, drop it off, and then I don't know how long it's gonna be until I get results. I think I have to like make a follow-up appointment with my primary care doctor, and I just don't know when that's gonna happen. I'm gonna have to call and see when I can take time off work, basically, and see if I can get into them. And I don't know, based upon like my availability, their availability, how long that's gonna be, but hopefully it's not too long, but we'll see.